If you stick with me for the next few minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how to become emotionally bulletproof, confident, and stoic. The reason I'm making this video, it's pretty simple, guys. I firmly believe that nowadays men, we lost our grip, we're becoming weak, and in a way, we lost our masculinity. There's an interesting statistic that shows that nowadays modern men have only half the testosterone our grandparents used to have. In a way, you're only half the man your grandparent used to be. That should be a big wake-up call. We need to get back to masculinity, stoicism, traditionalism, and we need to take control of our emotions so that they don't take control of our lives. There's emotional thinking and there's critical thinking. Now, critical thinking is what actually gets you through in your tough times. And by tough times, I don't mean any type of low points or dramatic moments in your life. I just mean it could be a bad day or you're having a bad mood. Instead of letting your emotions make the decisions for you, why don't you actually take control of your emotions so that they don't take control of you? In a way, if you look around, everyone's making decisions based off their emotions. I feel like eating sweets today. I feel like not following my diet. I feel like doing this. I feel like skipping the gym. I feel like not approaching that girl. Like, you can only go so far with your feelings. You cannot let your feelings be the compass to navigate your life, navigate your goals and your decisions. You see where I'm going with this? Like, you cannot make emotions the main method of your decision making. Long story short, let's jump right into the video. The number one thing that you have to do in order to become an emotionally bulletproof person is to not believe every feeling that you get. Not everything means something. Do not listen to every emotions. We tend to assign feelings to everything. Like, as I said before, I don't feel like going to the gym, or I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like doing that. I feel like eating junk food. I feel like playing games. What you feel sometimes doesn't really mean anything. Like, I can go as far as saying certain points of your life, you gotta be able to let go of your feelings. Do what's logical, do what makes sense. Going to the gym makes sense. Following your diet makes sense. Pursuing your goals makes sense. Building your body, exercising, studying, working. But sometimes you're like, I don't feel like doing that. Well, good. You don't feel like doing that, but you gotta do it anyways because your feelings don't really matter. Do feelings bring results? No. Do actions bring results? Yes. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that feelings are not important, but at some point of your life, you gotta be able to just let go of feelings, just completely ignore and shut them down. Now, what's gonna differentiate you from the rest of the pack, from the rest of the people, is your ability to show up no matter how you feel. Because here's the thing about confident people. Confident people are not born. Confident people are not, they don't have this esoteric magical powers. Confident people, they know what they're about to do. Like, if they know that they can handle this thing, then they promise to themselves and they don't feel like doing this, cool, but they're gonna do it anyways. Some things in your life have to be non-negotiable. If you promise yourself that you're gonna come through and make this thing happen, then you gotta make this thing happen, man. The point is, it doesn't matter how you feel. Either you do it or you don't do it. Number two, to become an emotionally bulletproof person is to not strive to be always right. A need to be always right stems from a place of you needing a validation or needing an approval from the society that you're always right and that you're always this good boy that knows everything. So instead of that, try to seek truth. Sometimes I really get surprised when I talk to other guys, especially like men, you know, grown up in their 20s, in their 30s, and you talk to them and sometimes they can't admit their mistakes or they cannot really admit that they've said something wrong. Your need to be always right will make you essentially a person who is always attached to emotions in any type of situations. Because if you think about it, if you always want to be right, you're never gonna be a stoic person who is confident, in control of his emotions, in control of what he's gonna say, because no matter what position you're gonna take, you're always gonna be trying to do the things that will make you seem like you are right or you are the guy who said the right things. Number three, to become emotionally bulletproof is to detach yourself from your ego. Understand that not everything is about you. It's pretty fun. You can notice this when you watch stand-up comedies. Like, when the comedian makes jokes and the audience laughs, it's a pretty usual thing, right? You know, as long as the comedian starts doing a bit more offensive jokes or more controversial, deep topics, you can notice how the audience starts making noises like, you can't make this joke, it's too offensive. But it just shows you how some people are willing to laugh at the things or at the topics which are not related to them. But as long as, for example, comedians make jokes about, I'm just shooting an example, vegans, right? Some people are like, oh, that's not funny, I'm a vegan and, you know, I had to endure this and that. Like, bro, come on. You being there bitching about it is just showing us how much you are insecure about this thing, or how much you're just too emotionally attached to this thing. You gotta detach yourself from your ego from time to time, because not everything is about you. It's just people trying to have fun. I think you and I, we can relate to sometimes, like, when you are in a group of people and when you just like make jokes, some people get offended. And if you think about it, emotionally bulletproof people, they don't really give a fuck about this type of situations. Number four is to not complain. Never ever complain, especially if you are trying to be a masculine, stoic, stoic, confident, in control, high self-esteem, high value men. If you have any type of father figures or confident, attractive, high status men in your life, you can try to just like notice how they act, how they treat the society, how they treat the people. Do they complain about things? Do they complain about situations? Or do they actually just get up and solve those problems? You complaining about a situation means you are automatically admitting that you have no control over this situation. So instead of bitching about it, why don't you get up and do this thing? For a man, it's very unattractive to complain. If you're out on a date with a girl, do you really think that your girl wants to listen to you complaining? Or does she want you solving problems? Does she want you making the decisions? Does she want you guiding the way? Look, everything that we talked about in this video up until this point might take some time or might take some hard work, but not complaining. This could be this type of switch that you can do in your life and never complain again in your life. You'll be amazed at the results that you get. Instead of complaining, just get up and do them. And number 5, the last but not least, is to not change your personality depending on the situation. I'm very guilty of myself. I'm gonna admit that, because I used to be this guy. I don't know where it stems from. Does it come from your personality or anything like that? But I used to be this guy who would like try to fit in the group just to look cool in a way. Yeah, that car, Audi TT or this and that. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I know this thing. So what? You talked about this. Does it really matter? Just to fit in the conversation. But in a way, if you're emotionally bulletproof, you don't really care what people think about you in those type of subject matters. Do they actually care if you know about this type of cool topics? At some point of my life, I just came to realization that I don't have to be pretending to fit in the group. If I don't know about this thing, cool, I'm not good at it. If I really do know about this thing, cool, we can talk about it. So in a nutshell, you not trying to pretend or fit in some sort of environment will make you a stoic and emotionally intelligent person. If you like this video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.